you're part of the duo Media Queer with Darian Donovan Thomas,
Mhm.
which is a project that explores your two intersectional identities as queer artists of color, as well as each of their intersections across creative disciplines. I'm quoting your bio on that because it's put more beautifully than I can come up with. So I'm just wondering, how did this project begin, and how does it differ from some of the other work that you do?
So we started, I think, 2018, I want to say. Darren and I met through the New Amsterdam Composers Lab, uh, which is, I want to say like six, seven composers basically meeting up on Zoom every month to like talk about. It feels like like anyone who doesn't know what genre they neatly fit into, it's like a
Mm.
support group for those people.
I love that.
And yeah, so that's how I met Darian, and this was right before he moved to New York, and then he moved here, and we just like hit it off and became really close friends, and had a lot of overlap on like just the way we thought about mutability across different mediums and platforms and all of this stuff. So we decided to like collaborate on a bunch of things together, and I think how it's different from my own work, like it's a weird thing because Darian and I both, because we have our hands in so many different things, it's very easy for us to like, cool, I'm gonna go do my own thing and like I can like be completely self-sufficient. And then it's a totally different thing when I like open up to someone else who is exactly the same in that way of like, oh yeah, he can also do like literally all the stuff and like be totally self-sufficient. And then it's just the way that we both think about things is very opposite, but like we're both on the same goal, but we'll go about it completely different ways. The running joke that we have between the two of us is that he's very Charles Xavier and I'm very Magneto. But that's just like how we both look at art and like our music and our approach to everything. And it's been really helpful to like get influence from him and his thoughts and ideas on things and vice versa of like, oh, here's how like I would approach the thing that you're struggling with. It's very much like, I don't know. I feel like band or ensemble is, I think, very like one-dimensional way of thinking of what we're doing, I guess. I think it's more just like we're really close friends and we both are into a lot of the same stuff, so we're like, cool, here's stuff to think about.
So of course you guys are playing in front of people, but it really sounds like maybe I'm picturing like the glacier meme or the iceberg meme where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the tip of the iceberg everyone sees like a performance with Media Queer, but really it's all the stuff below the surface that's making a big difference in your practice, in Darian's practice, and in the music that people ultimately hear you two make.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of funny that like if you look at the MediaCore Instagram account, I think the last post is like from 2019 or something, because neither of us really want to keep up with the account and deal with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We have our own socials to deal with. But then like if you go through our messages, a lot of it is like, "Hey, here's this idea for a thing. Is this bad?" And it's just like that back and forth, or like,
Yeah.
"Here's the thing I'm working on. Like, what do you think? Should this?" And it's just like us giving feedback across a bunch of other things, like just because we know and trust each other's tastes on so many different levels of like just art.
Yeah, I was interested in it because I think for so many people, they view composer, capital C composer, as like a solitary figure making music, and certainly that is the case most of the time. But it's always interesting to me to see composers who collaborate with one another because that's something that I haven't quite experienced, other than like in a classroom setting, for example. And I don't know if it's for me, but it's I don't know what you're describing. It sounds like a great, I don't know, space for ideas and everything. Support.
Yeah, I think we've accidentally like formalized something that's super informal, and then everyone else
Mm,
sees like the slight degree of formality that we've put onto it. It's
mm.
like, oh, this is like a an organization thing, and I'm like, No, we're just vibing. We're just two friends hanging out, and we're doing stuff every now and then, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is totally valid.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't have to be formal.
Right. We just like making cool stuff with each other, and that's kind of all it really is. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.